Hello and welcome to today's show. I thought that as a person who makes their living as a full-time content creator, that this would be a fantastic opportunity to talk about the business of being a content creator. I think there's a lot of misconceptions about content creation, and I will say that by content creation, I mean YouTube videos, podcasts, TikTok, Instagram, anything where you are creating something new and sharing it on social media. Something that you have either created yourself or that you are having someone script for you. I'm going to start with talking about starting a YouTube channel because that was my first venture into content creation. And there are a lot of myths about starting a YouTube channel and the monetization of it and how it all works. So I started my channel in March of 2021, which doesn't seem like that long ago. It kind of feels at a certain point like maybe you might have missed the boat, that everybody's doing this and now we're moving on. Not true. It's still a fantastic time to get into YouTube. I think there's a misconception that with the rise of TikTok and Instagram pushing out reels, that short form videos are the wave of the future. And while they do have their place, that's not necessarily true. People still want long form videos. They want to be informed of things, they want to have conversations about things, they want to delve into some nuance that you just can't get into in a 60-second TikTok. So if you think you've missed the boat on starting a YouTube channel, you absolutely haven't. Another myth that I think there is around having a YouTube channel is that there has to be something super unique or something like super special. Like you have to have something right off the bat that just grabs people's attention and pulls them in. And that's not true either. You don't need to have anything special necessarily. You just have to have a point of view on something. If you have a point of view on something, you can be a content creator. All you need to do is start creating the content. For example, I don't have a thing that I'm known for. I don't have a gimmick. I don't have a special talent. I don't have anything that would draw people in. I just have me and my opinions and my personality, and that's enough to get people to pay attention. People are coming to hear what you have to say, not about, the fact that you juggle while you do it or whatever. Another misconception, and this was a big thing that I think was being pushed out around the time that I was wanting to start my YouTube channel, and I feel like the YouTube community has kind of leaned into the fact that this isn't necessarily true. But if you look up, how to start a YouTube channel, what should I do? What should I talk about? One of the things that people are going to tell you is that you have to niche down. You have to niche, you have to niche, you have to niche. You have to know what you're talking about. You have to pick a topic. You have to stick to that topic. Your audience is coming for that and that only. And if you go away from the niche, then you're going to lose your audience. And again, that is just so not true. When I started my channel, I decided that my niche was going to be luxury fashion. I really love designer handbags. I like shiny, expensive things. I know I'm vain, whatever. It's just something that I like, something that I like to talk about. And for months, that's all I talked about. Every video, every week, I was talking about another bag. What's in my bag? What do I think about this? Comparing this to that. And I got so bored so quick. And so did my audience. It stopped growing. I slowed down. There was like a few months where I was seeing no growth and no consistency in my views. And it's because my content just got boring. Because people find you for one thing, but they don't stay because you talked about a Louis Vuitton bag. They stay because they like you. That's what I keep saying. Your job as a content creator is to sell yourself. So I went out on a limb a few months in. I had bought a Peloton bike and I justified it by saying that a Peloton is technically a luxury product. It's not a luxury bag, but it's a luxury product. So I can fit it in my niche. I can sell it. So I made a video about buying a Peloton and what I learned in my first week of having a Peloton. And with less than 1,000 subscribers, that video blew up. It was the video to end all videos on my channel that had nothing to do with my niche, with what I was talking about. And since then, it's given me the confidence to change my content, to go through phases, to try different things, to just be me because that's what people are here for. People are here for me. They're not here for whatever it is I'm talking about necessarily. They're coming back because they like having their weekly video watching session where we hang out and I respond to their comments and they DM me on Instagram. That's why your audience is coming back to you because they want to hang out with you. That's all that matters. I'm telling you. If you have a point of view and you have a personality, that is so much more important than having a niche. And since then, I've done some wacky things on my channel. I've changed things up. I've changed my uploading schedule. I've changed the kind of things that I've talked about. I really leaned into the Peloton and fitness side of things. But then on the other hand, I still do other things. I do advice and lifestyle. I do vlogs. I do book reviews. I do all sorts of stuff. My channel is a hodgepodge, but I'm consistent and I'm me. That's what my audience is there for. So on Wednesdays, I do whatever the hell I want, whatever I feel like I'm making a video about that day. And on Sundays, I do my Peloton content. Every once in a while, I'll buy a luxury bag and I'll unbox it and I'll talk about that. It hasn't gone away, it's just not the focus anymore. So let's talk about monetization because that is the big thing, right? Everybody wants to make money by just putting stuff online. Monetization is just as easy and just as difficult as you think it's going to be. To make money, you have to put in an effort. It's a long game, it's a lot of upfront work, but once you start making the money, you will see just how easy it is. One of the best ways to monetize your channel right off the bat, because you won't actually start to make money from AdSense until you have 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers. So, one of the best ways to start making money right off the bat is through affiliate marketing. That is, when people say, like, click the link in the description, you can make money from people clicking on your links, from purchasing products that you recommend. You make a commission off of that. That's the easiest way. It's completely passive. All you have to do is find the links, put them there, make sure you tell your audience, like, hey, I might make a small commission from using this link, and you're good to go. Another way is through digital products. So, like, for example, I lean towards a more like curvy girl fitness kind of thing. So, I created a digital planner that can be used in GoodNotes and on iPad. It's a PDF that just is like a digital workout plan that people can download and use in their note apps. And I created it for free on Canva. It took me about 2 days to make, and I sell it for $5. And people buy it. And it was upfront work. I had to put in the work to create it, but now it's passive income. And then, of course, another way to get monetized is through brand deals. That's very, very complicated. There's many ways that can happen. You can reach out to brands can reach out to you. That is where you're going to make probably the most money because influencer marketing is huge for brands. They make a lot of money off of influencer marketing, so they have a lot of money to put into it. That one is dependent on your audience, on the types of videos that you make. It's very complicated. It's hard to give a overall sort of advice about it. What I would say is don't be shy. Just like if you were at your job and you were keeping a tally of goals that you achieved and accomplishments that you achieved throughout the year to bring to your yearly review, to present to your boss, asking for a raise, do the same thing with your channel. Keep a media kit of videos that have done really well, reels that have popped off, TikToks that have blown up, so that when you are reaching out to a brand, or if a brand is reaching out to you and trying to maybe like undercut you, you have a backup of saying, like, no, this is what my content can generate. So I know that I can sell this product for you and I deserve to be compensated fairly for that. So that's a quick rundown of YouTube 101. That's probably the field that I know best. Oh, one other thing. When I started my channel, I started with my iPhone and a ring light. You don't need fancy equipment. I have equipment now. It's things that I have gained over time, but all you need is something that is going to capture video, capture sound, and a light so that people can see you. And that's all that matters. Podcasting is a little different. Actually, it's very different. Podcasting and YouTubing are light years apart. I've just recently started my first podcast. I've been guesting on podcasts for a few years now for different reasons. I've been on a few different podcasts and I've always loved it. It's always been a great experience. But to start your own is challenging because it's a little more intense than starting a YouTube channel because you do need a certain kind of equipment to make it worth listening to. When you have a YouTube channel, you have your face, you have your surroundings, you have things that you can show people. When you're podcasting, sure, you can do a video podcast like we're doing right now, but mainly people are just listening to your voice. So you have to make sure that that voice is coming in crystal clear. So for podcasting, I would say, unlike with YouTube, you should make an upfront investment in some audio equipment. You definitely are going to need a microphone. You are definitely going to need some sort of software on your computer that can filter out like noise gate and things like that. I have a Rodecaster Pro. Audio is very important when it comes to a podcast. And if you're going to start a podcast and you want to be serious about it, you need to take your audio seriously. Another thing about podcasting is that even more so than having a YouTube channel, all you need is a point of view on something. There are a million billion podcasts out there of people just saying things. Every podcast is just someone saying something. They're just telling a story or telling their opinion. And everybody has opinions, so anybody could start a podcast. I have a podcast with my husband where we talk about relationships. Why? We're not therapists. We're not couples counselors. We're not anything like that. Why do we talk about relationships? Because we're in one, because it's something we know about. It's something we have a point of view about. We just talk about different issues and we make it a little funny. You know, we lampoon traditional relationships and people listen to it. People found it, people listen to it, and people engage with it because it's relatable. It's something that everybody has relationships, whether you have romantic relationships or relationships with your roommates or with your family. Everybody has close relationships, so it's something that everybody can relate to. More than anything, just having a point of view and having a personality is going to be the thing that helps to launch you as a content creator. You cannot just throw things out on the internet and expect to make money off of it if you don't have a point of view. That's the most important part about content creation. Have a point of view and have a personality and lean into who you are because your audience wants to know you. And that's all I got for you today. There's a little YouTube/podcasting 101. I could probably talk about this for hours, but I don't want to bore you. So thank you very, very much for listening in and watching. And I guess if you want to find me on social media, you can get to Googling. Bye.